other fun stuff. The channel updates are kind of important, I feel, so I'm gonna try to make them quick. Stick around if you feel able. And yeah, to stay on track, I made little notes for myself. Okay, I feel like I should have a little horn. Boo 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 boo. Channel updates. Something I've been thinking about a lot as we entered this year is about how to do less better, or wanting to do less better. Doing less and doing it better. So, yeah, doing less, doing it better, making everything in my life that I make, making it substantive, making ASMR of substance videos, of at least a little bit of substance, and not forcing things, listening to my body instead, going at my own pace, and then because of that, not burning out. That sounds good, right? Yeah, so just I've been thinking about ways to make my channel and the videos here more relaxing for you and for me, and more substantive. Or I think I already make videos that are substantive, so then making fewer or no videos that are lacking in substance just because I'm fulfilling some arbitrary schedule, right? Which brings me to the update. I am going to be releasing on my weekly schedule this year, but it will be okay because I'm still going to be making content and videos. I don't know how I feel about content, that word, content. I'm going to be making videos still regularly, for sure. I'm aiming for three videos a month. Maybe more if I feel particularly inspired. Maybe less if I get sick. Say, like, if I get sick, not feeling like I have to work hard the next week to make that time up. You know what I mean? Just like letting it go. So I'm aiming for 3 videos a month. They will still always be released on Mondays at 2 p.m. Pacific time. So same time as always, same day as always. But some days, some weeks, maybe there won't be one. But there will be a video more often than not. So you can check in here at that time. If you're not yet subscribed, I would say subscribe. Great time. Or if you are subscribed, then you can hit the bell next to where it says that you are subscribed. Hit the bell and change your notifications to all so you hear about every video, instead of letting the algorithm decide for you based on your history if you'll be into it or not. So you can check in, you can subscribe if you're not subscribed, you can hit the bell if you are subscribed but want to make sure you're notified. Yes, and then what kinds of videos, Mauve? Great question. Thank you. You in the back, thank you. Yeah, so okay, also thinking about what value I add, which I kind of define as like what only I can do, like what is my unique offering, and then also what is most enjoyed by you. So that will almost definitely include a tarot reading, because I have been really enjoying making those lately, like a lot. They feel creative to me and expansive, and they create meaningful connection. Then also whispered rambles experimentation and inspiration. Like there's a bonsai video I've been meaning to do with my dad, like random things like that will be thrown in here and there as they come to me. I love making videos like that. They don't really get seen here, so they may be on Patreon, they may be here. Time will tell what I feel is right. Yeah, who knows? And then, speaking of Patreon, on Patreon, I'm also doing 3 videos a month, plus a downloadable audio file on the higher tier. So 3 videos a month on Patreon, plus that audio, plus 3 videos on this channel. Like, if you're on Patreon, you'll definitely be seeing plenty of me. And if you're not, you'll still be seeing plenty of me. So, if you don't know Patreon, it's $5 a month for the lowest tier. There's a discount if you sign up for the whole year. There's good stuff. We do like at-present recs, at-present recommendations. So, I focus on 3 things I've enjoyed recently. So, a movie, say a tarot deck, a graphic novel, occasionally a product or something, but really it's more about culture. Then I do live updates, whisper rambles. I give you tea. I give you the tea when I have it. And I'm also going to be doing on Patreon a special kind of miscellaneous video, which is like casual, like low-key, my style, triggers, and maybe some role plays. So like coming up we have a candle collection video and a clipping your hair video, that kind of thing. Oh, and on Patreon I'm going to be doing a quarterly pick a card reading. So I'm really excited about that as well. All the info's down below. Finally, last thing I promise is that I would love to get more eyes on the videos I make here, and one way you can support that is by commenting. But I also know sometimes I'm like, I don't know what to comment on people's videos, you know? So if you ever want to comment but you just don't know what to comment, please feel free to comment rocket. Just comment a rocket emoji. It helps a lot. You can comment a rocket right now, even say, did you comment a rocket? Did you comment a rocket? Thank you. And thus concludes the channel updates. Feel free to let me know your thoughts down below. Anything you're wanting to see, let me know down below. Just let me know. And I'll see what I can do. Okay. Ramble time. It's time to ramble. I thought that I would ramble a little bit for you about New Year's Eve. Just like the parties, 2 parties I went to. And, yeah, people are talking outside a lot. The wind is pushing the traffic noise this way, but I'm gonna press on because I've already cut a lot. It's just an active night for some reason. It's a Monday, but the people are out being social, having a laugh, driving around, doing wheelies. I have my hair about down right now, and I don't think it looks weird, but I'm also not sure. So, on New Year's Eve, we went to 2 parties. Not because we're cool, just because 2 parties were happening of friends of ours, and they were in the same neighborhood, so it was easy to get from one to the other. So we went to both. And the less close love them. But yeah, so like that was a thing. And then our closer friends also decided to have a party last minute-ish. And we said we would go to both, and then we went to both. So the first party was at the apartment of our friends. We'll call them K, and A. They are so stylish and very kind people, really easygoing. They're not assholes at all, but they are just like so stylish. So they're not intimidating, but like they're just so stylish. They love aesthetics. They work and design. So naturally, aesthetics are really important to them. And yeah, they do it. They freaking do it. So they just moved into a new apartment. It's very pretty. A studio. 2 of the walls are floor to ceiling glass windows, and there's like a wraparound balcony. It is a studio, and they've had people come and stay with them already. I think like her brother and her sister too, maybe at a different time. And they put them in an air mattress in the far side of like the studio, but like you're in a studio, so you're just there with each other all the time. It's quite an intense visit. Even though they had fun with those family members, I think it was quite intense to like be up in the same room for 24 hours a day for X amount of days. But anyways, gorgeous. And like I said, they are so into aesthetics and so good at decorating and styling things, and so it's very sparely decorated. And not just because they just moved in. I think it's gonna stay that way. It's kind of like, okay, my friends are not assholes. They are not. They are the best. So don't equate these characters with my friends' personalities, okay? Because they're great. But it's kind of like Margot and Todd. I think their names are from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. You know, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. The neighbors. Who are like, why is there water on the floor? Todd. He's like, I don't know, Margot. Or whatever, right? Yeah, it's like their apartment is Margot and Todd-esque. It's very like, very spare, very designed, but theirs is gorgeous and current, not like the kind of 80s vibe of Margot and Todd's. And also, my friends are nice and Margot and Todd are not. So it was also really beautiful. Like, they have this simple table, and they had crystal, like not real crystal, but crystal looking candlestick holders on it with white candles in it, and they were all lit. They were tapered candles, but then A had tied like white ribbon around the base of the candlestick, furthest from the flame, with like a big white bow, like slightly floppy but still holding its shape. And they looked so beautiful because it was like a white table, crystal white tapered candles, white ribbon around the base of all these white candles, and it just looked like a little unexpected, and it looked funkier than it looked sweet. It sounds like it looked very sweet, but it looked like a little funky, a little unexpected. They also have been making different design elements for their apartment, which I won't get into, out of concrete, and that was really cool to see. They had a nice big area rug, a couch, 2 chairs, the bed, and then like a low bookshelf, and that was it. I don't know if they have a TV. I think they might not have a TV, which is cool. mixed us all drinks. There were some other people there, all in design. Me and my partner are not in design. I feel like we held our own with our fits, but we're not in design. And I kind of felt like the design people, once they realized we weren't in design, they did ask questions, but they didn't really know what to do with us. I think this particular design group is like more insular, maybe. They're very nice. MK mixed us all drinks, so I had a gin martini with olives and a gin sour. And we talked about this art exhibit we went to recently, and we talked to a guy we didn't know about how he's a dancer. That's what he does for work, which is cool. He was the boyfriend of a design person who was there, and other stuff. I hope this is putting you to sleep. Okay, so then we went to my other friend's house, and it was very foggy. It was really, really, really foggy. It was kind of magical, but also I was like, let's be super duper duper careful. It was foggy, so it was kind of mystical, magical. I actually took this really, I think, beautiful video of my partner walking down the sidewalk in the fog, carrying champagne to my other friend's place. And so we got there. So these friends, we'll call them M and S, they are in this apartment that has this big patio. It's like abnormally big. It's like almost the size of the inside of the apartment is the size of the patio. Like the patio is equal in size. Anyway, and they have a fire pit on the patio, which is great. But we were mostly inside that night, and one of these people is big into comedy, and so a lot of the friends are like comedy people. So they have very big personalities. They are also so warm and lovely. But I do feel like I can be extroverted presenting, but when there are so many big E extroverts in a room, it really brings out the introvert in me. Not that I'm like a shriveling wallflower, but just like I am very happy to say nary a word, like just mum's the word. I'm just quiet and I observe. Again, not because I wouldn't speak or share, but I feel like in groups like that, sometimes you almost have to like fight to get a word in, and that's just not worth it to me. I'd rather observe. So this very big, rowdy group of people in comedy and people in like performance-based professions, they were playing Pictionary. They were about to play Pictionary when we arrived. And we decided teams by counting 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, you know, so me and my partner were on different teams, which was great. You know, comedy's gonna comedy, improv's gonna improv. So one team was named themselves the sluts, and one team named themselves the bitches. So there were a lot of jokes made, like, to that, and about, yeah, just like, are you a bitch? Oh, you're a bitch, okay. No, oh no, you're a slut, okay. Kind of thing. Yes, very rowdy, drunk, boisterous group. They were great. And I was a bitch, and my partner was a slut, okay? And just by chance, my 2 other college friends who were there were also bitches. But the sluts had put in vice versa. So the slots I put in the prompts for my team, the bitches. Tell me why their prompts were the most absurd things I have ever heard. One was dinner party with friends. And so when my teammate, I didn't know what it was, but when she went up there to draw it, we were saying like dinner party, engagement party, like guessing dinner party, okay, dinner party. And that didn't count. It had to be dinner party with friends. We're like, okay. Just really specific, absurd stuff. Like another one was leash without a pet. Leash without a pet. Just random imaginings, just random noodles from their minds. It was fine, none of us were taking it seriously, but they were remarkably more difficult, measurably more difficult than what we had put in our hat for them. The bitches have put into their hat for the sluts. Things like this. These are my teammates, which I'm upset at my teammates. Okay, we put in things like UFO. We put in things like hot dog. We put in things like banana split. They were so easy to guess, so easy. So we lost, like, by a lot. But I will say, my team guessed only 2 of ours because the sluts put in such complicated prompts. Fine. But one of them that we guessed correctly, I drew. Thank you. I drew Jean-Benet Ramsey like a pro. And my team was very pleased with me, and I was very pleased with the guessers on my team, and we were all very happy to deliver once. We delivered just twice total. So we played that, and then we counted down. We had some champagne out of little plastic cups, and I kissed my partner, and we chatted some more. We went out to the patio and chatted some more. And yeah, we stayed a while longer, snacked a bit, and then went home. Then we went home to see our little doggy, who was doing really well with the fireworks, actually, because there was so much fog. There weren't many fireworks at all. And even our friends who have this superb patio, you couldn't see a single firework. You couldn't see like more than just across the block, really. So that was that. It was a really nice evening, and I'm happy to be in the new year. I hope you are too. I apologize for the traffic sounds tonight, but I'm just gonna let it go